I would be, happy if the Pope, was on the same side here and saw it the same way, the Iran agreement. But the most important thing to me is to listen to understand what he's saying.
Illinois Democratic Representative Dan Lipinski talking about why he's going to go sit down and listen to what Pope Francis has to say when the pontiff addresses a joint session of Congress. It is worth noting that Republican Congressman Paul Gosar of Arizona, a Roman Catholic, educated by the Jesuits, says he is not going to attend the pontiff's speech because he just expects Pope Francis to talk about, quote, global warming. And indeed, others have raised objections, including syndicated conservative columnist George Will. Will writing in part, the Pope stands against modernity, rationality, and science, and that the U.S. cannot honor him. This makes for a vibrant topic with our panel. Let's call on the political mavens. First, from our Newsmax newsroom, managing editor of the political blog The Shark Tank, Javier Manjarres. And via telephone from Washington, D.C., the former advisor to Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid and host of The Agenda on Sirius XM Radio, Air Rabin-Havt. So, George Will says we cannot stand with the Pope because of his takes on issues like climate change. Paul Gosar is not going to attend. Javier, are they right?
Well, I mean, the Pope has proven that since he's been ordained, if you would, he's been, I don't know if that's the correct term, but he's been a progressive political Pope. So why would they want to go there? I mean, it's their choice to go or not. And Gosar, again, his choice, he chooses now. He doesn't agree with the Pope. A lot of people don't agree with the Pope's political position, so it's in their right to do so. But I think they're right if they feel that's right for them.
George Will with the column. Now, Ari, it comes as no surprise that you and Mr. Will may be at political loggerheads. Tell us why Congress and all of America should embrace the Pope in that address to a joint session of Congress.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not Catholic, so I think he is a leader of a very large religious faith, one that I don't subscribe to. And look, if people want to listen, I think they should. If people don't, no real skin off my back. I think foreign leaders do ceremonial visits to the United States all the time. If congressmen don't want to attend and feel they have better things to do, well, God bless them.
And with that little blessing for absentee congressmen, Javier, here's the thing. The concern is the speech will be primarily about global warming, but the Pope has been outspoken in terms of pro-life, being anti-abortion. Isn't there a chance that he would stand up and talk about being in favor of traditional marriage and being opposed to abortion? Or do you think he just may be more political in nature and stick with the progressive themes such as global warming?
Well, look, if he talks about those progressive issues, let's say he stands against abortion or gay marriage. You saw the list of people that are invited to attend this event. Well, a lot of them are gay activists. What if they start heckling him, and then what they'll do is they'll completely embarrass the United States because they heckle the Pope inside the Capitol. That's what could happen if he does. But again, if they're saying that he's going to speak about global warming, he's probably going to speak about that. But I wouldn't stop him. Again, he's a very political Pope. I'm sure he'll probably run the gambit on all the issues that's important to him.
From the papacy to the presidency, or the pursuit thereof, Hillary Clinton still having trouble according to the latest CNN poll. Now, her numbers are a bit stronger against Bernie Sanders, but not against Vice President Joe Biden. Ari, since you're our registered Democrat and denizen of the left, do you expect Biden to get in this thing? Do you want him to?
I don't expect Biden to get in this thing. I've been saying all along I don't expect Biden to get in this thing. Biden has been extremely hesitant, and there were new remarks published today where he basically said, and I think understandably so after the death of his son, that he's not emotionally prepared for a campaign like this, was the gist of his remarks. And I think that's frankly quite understandable after experiencing the personal tragedy he's experienced. And Joe Biden has run for president twice. He well knows the toll that a campaign like that takes. And I just expect him to turn around and say, you know what? I'm in my 70s. I've had a nice career. I'm going to retire and, be a Democratic Party elder statesman, and that's going to be good enough for Joe Biden.
All right, final 20 seconds to Javi. Javi, we should note, reports are Jill Biden, Joe's wife, is all for a campaign. Your thought?
Well, look, I kind of stand with Ira there. I mean, he may or may not do this. I don't think he would. Be great if he did, but I've always said there's going to be someone younger than a Hillary Clinton or a Joe Biden that's going to actually run this. And I've always said someone like Julian Castro. But again, they're saying that he could have been a VP pick, but for whom? Hillary? If she
sure, it's a ticket balancer, Javi. Yeah, Julian Castro for the #2 spot. Listen, we got to go. Gentlemen, to you both, you have our thanks. We talked about the Democrats. We want to know your choice among Republicans. Who do you want to see as the nominee? To vote, go to newsmaxpolls.com. We're coming back.